This is how the worst day of my life began. A masked man closing in on Dunwall Tower. Now it's happening again. Another Empress falls, another story ends. Last time it almost ruined the Empire. Will I do any better? Delilah outfoxed me and I never saw it coming. But I was Corvo before I was the Royal Protector. Before I owned a sword, I fought with sticks and broken glass, whatever came to hand. I don't know what grand scheme you've got underway, Delilah, but I'll give all I've got to stop you.
So here we are, the final mission. We can check the travelogue one last time, and this one is one of the better ones, I think. The emotional farewell of Jessamine. The hopes Corvo has of Karnaca in the future, now that we have the Duke's double in command. The memories he has of Serkonos, his homeland, and coming back to Dunwall, full of memories, and the plans for the final battle against Delilah. And here also a little bit of thinking about how much of Delilah says is true and how much it isn't. It's left to be somewhat of a question in the entire game if it's true or not. At this point I'm just gonna go ahead and assume it is true, although it is left with a couple of question marks. For the final time we see the dreadful whale, there's a lot of information we can find out and a lot of people to talk to. Well, not a lot of people. It's still just Sokolov and Megan Foster, but
This campaign has been conducted with far more restraint than I would have expected.
they have a lot to say.
Remarkable what Delilah's accomplished, coming from such a background, taking the throne.
Sokolov will talk a bit, and he will do so at the same time as we listen to this audiograph.
Still aboard this creaking thing that Megan calls a boat.
At least the situation with the Duke is behind us. Let's not forget that small detail in
Thrown
all
against
this.
the malevolent ocean
Drunken
and large
despot.
enough to heave the great leviathans aboard, thrashing and spilling their life's blood across the decks.
I doubt my apartment on Corwin's Bridge is as I left it.
Fit for an empress. Where are those vessels now? They're far too important to carry an old man like
When this is over, I might visit the Academy of Natural Philosophy and shock them all.
Maybe that's the way it should
Assuming
be.
it still stands.
Haven't I been cruel, selfish? Perhaps I should be forgotten, consigned to the junk heap. Maybe I should die at last. And there's a chance I will on this final escapade. To Dunwall, then. We'll see what's left of me.
Killed the Duke's brother so long ago. Would any of this have happened?
It's not just Sokolov that has him thinking, so does Megan. And here's Dunwall.
This thing in Karnaca could have really gotten ugly. I'm amazed it didn't.
We're going to pickpocket that for later.
Same old Dunwall. Smoke and garbage and rats. Hey, there you are.
Megan.
People have called me that for a long time, but it's a lie. My name is Billy Lurk.
I remember seeing that written down somewhere a long time ago.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm telling you this, but you deserve the truth. I'll just say it. 15 years ago, I ran with a mercenary gang. We got paid to kill people. Some who deserved it, some who didn't. The boss pulled me up from the Dunwall slums when I had nothing and had run out of rope. This is hard to admit.
I want to hear you say it.
Our leader was the assassin Dowd, and I was part of the crew. Our last big job together, we were paid to...
You helped Dowd kill Jessamine.
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I've lived a very long time wishing I could take that day back, but I can't.
I can't ever forgive you for what you did, but suffering has a way of twisting people. You're a different woman today than you were then.
Yeah. We've all been hurt. But not all of us did what I did, or became what Delilah became. I know you'll never get over it, but neither will I.
No, I don't think you will. Goodbye, Billy. I'm taking the skiff and I'll go alone from here.
I can't deny it. Traveling with you has changed me. I know you want to face her alone, but good luck. Remember, even if you pull off whatever trick you're planning for Delilah, she won't be easy to beat. I'm glad Sokolov was awake to say goodbye. How is it the old man cured the plague all those years ago, but can't eat without getting food on his shirt? In my time here, the Dunwall City Watch was just a bunch of drunkards and layabouts. No wonder half of them turned on you. Goodbye, Corvo.
Goodbye, Billy. So we finally find out who she is and what she's done. And Corvo chose to forgive her. 15 years can change a lot of things. And it changed her.
No one will ever know exactly what it took to save Emily Kaldwin from a living death as Delilah's puppet. No one except the outsider, who watches everything and thinks his own dark thoughts and speaks to few in any generation. I've learned that our choices always matter. To someone. Somewhere. And sooner or later, in ways we can't always fathom, the consequences come back to us. I came from Serkonos to Dunwall as a boy. Made my living as a killer. One of the few who've heard the outsider's voice. I murdered an empress, but saved her daughter, who will one day rule the Empire. Those were my choices. I'm ready for what comes.
If you want to find out more about the story of Billy and Dowd, then you can play the DLC for Dishonored 1, Knife of Dunwall and the Brigmore Witches. But this is where their story ended, for now. Dowd is still alive, and so is Billy. And our time travel saved her arm and her eye.
I haven't come this far to fail now, Delilah. It's time to face the music. It should be interesting to see what happens over time, now that Serkonos effectively has a new duke. Even like this, it's good to be back in Dunwall, where I met Jessamine, where Emily was born.
Let's talk to Sokolov then.
You know where to go to find Delilah, but how will you handle her? It's my hope that you have some sort of plan.
It could be tricky. She might not give me any choice but to fight, And Delilah deserves whatever she gets.
At my age, I've come to distrust words like deserve. As I've told you, I knew her long ago. Badly wounded, deep at her center, but cunning, and looking for a way to pull herself up. Perhaps more than anything, Delilah had a talent for imagining the world as a better place. If only that could have been channeled towards something less twisted.
Too late for regrets.
Yes, you're right. In any case, please watch yourself. I've come to care a great deal about you.
Goodbye, Anton.
Nice portrait, Anton. I like it.
You took the worst Karnaca had to offer, and acquitted yourself superbly. Good luck with Delilah. I fear for the Empire if you fail. Remember, the people of the city might have endured a great deal since you were driven from Dunwall. Desperate times. I've got maybe one more chapter left in my own tale. Hopefully a chapter set next to a roaring fire in Tivia. Toppling the Duke must give you a sense of peace. Maybe a better day will be born of it. It would be interesting to study why the bloodflies have never taken hold here. Time. If I only had more time. Goodbye, Corvo. I suspect I'll not see you again.
Goodbye, Anton.
If old Samuel could see me now.
So, we're coming back home.
Take me to Dunwall Tower. Bring me back to the cage of my own chest.
Oh, I will. Delilah will be made mortal again.
You let Emily's mother slip into oblivion. Do you know where my mother's resting? In a child's coffin, her skinny legs tucked beneath her, because I couldn't afford proper burial, while my father rests in the Imperial crypt.
You're lying.
You still can't accept it. You were sent to Dunwall as a gift, like a box of candies, because that's all you were worth. I had your mother's heart, and my body sleeps in your bastard daughter's bed.
If I learned anything in Karnaca, it's that birth shouldn't give anyone the right to rule. You earn it every day by serving the people who need you. Now I'm coming to end your tyranny, Delilah.
But before we can go to Delilah, we have to see what she's done to Dunwall. We were here the very first mission. Things look a little bit different now. But we are much stronger. The streets here are mostly filled with nothing but corpses and a whole lot of hounds. Let's put them to sleep. Take a nap, doggies. That one wasn't intended. If I hadn't wasted that last sleep dart, I'd be full right now. We can listen to the witch singing the little lullaby as we explore the remnants, I guess, of Dunwall. Things do not look very good. Where the witches aren't ruling, generally most people have left the district. Except, of course, the Hatter gang has taken the opportunity to grab as much power as they can.
Eat them of frost, eat them of snow, the monarch. decreed to them below. Up on a spike, they perched his head, cursed his name, burned his dead.
By now, the Hatters are zero threat to us. I mentioned it before, but the power of these bone charms are amazing. You move so fast. You feel like the supernatural badass assassin that you are. There are more Hatters in here.
Yeah, after the big fight between those overseer hard-ass and Delilah's girls.
Are we gonna put it back together? Make it work?
Yeah, dumbass. Because you just spent 6 years at the Academy of Natural Philosophy.
Hey, screw you.
Looks like they found
Don't
a
lose
clockwork
your shit over
soldier.
a joke, Daniel. We're gonna sell it. It must be worth a lot of coin.
There's a nice chunk of money in this little area. Of course, at this point on,
Such a crazy idea. Get it working again.
you don't really need it.
This part of the city's a graveyard. I don't know whether to run or settle in.
I think a hat on a clockwork soldier would look pretty cool.
No one buying in Dunwall right now. Huh. Maybe the Academy want it. They're laying low because of Delilah.
Maybe it's time to head back to Poolwick. Show those lubbers who's who. Thought things might get good with the new Empress. But now no one's even got much to rob.
There's a black market on this mission where you can upgrade your last blueprint upgrades, get your last set of supplies. But by now you should have pretty much everything you need. Gonna choke out these three here on the bottom floor. There's one guy on the top floor as well. And we can plunder this place for a little bit. Unless you're planning to
Just go for a swim. Now the canal smells like piss and guts.
maximize your amount of coin. By this point you pretty much have everything you can possibly want. More important though is this guy, our old friend.
Lord Protector, you're alive. It's been almost 2 months, hasn't it?
I went back home to Serkonos to strike against those supporting Delilah, the architects of the coup against Emily.
And were you successful? Things are a mess here.
I know how to beat Delilah now. I'm going to topple her and find a way to help my daughter retake her throne.
It's the best news I've heard in a long while. You'll have my support. Whatever you need, just ask.
Once it's safe, just tell the public what happened. If I come out on top, I'll invite you to Dunwall Tower to conduct an interview.
Good luck at Dunwall Tower.
We met this guy in the very first mission, you might remember. We saved him then. And he's been working for us since.
People of the district have fled. Everyone's afraid of Delilah and her followers. Whatever comes next will be written down in the history of the Empire. Assuming we've still got an Empire come tomorrow.
We will. This is just the first step.